With Bassitt in particular later in his outing, how did you see him performing and those last few outs that he had? What did he run into?
Yeah, there was some soft contact there, broken bat hits. Just a ball in the dirt. A walk here and there, and then the double from Heim. But he battled. He battled, and great play from Cav, first and third, no out there to kind of get him out of that, and just wasn't as sharp as he has been. But kind of a typical Chris outing where he just gave it everything he had.
And off the top there, it looked like he was battling the pitchcom device, and there was the balk for the run in. Just overall, what was your view of how that all played out? It was a bit of a strange start there.
Yeah, weird. Technology sometimes in baseball is weird. With pitchcom, there was a time where I don't think it was working properly, and with Garber down the line there, that's just kind of a weird play. And he knew that he had two disengagements prior to that, and weird play.
Is that weird play something you discuss, like when he comes back in? What was the thought process?
Yeah, not in the moment. You're letting him compete. He was frustrated, obviously, visibly. We all saw that, but it's haven't seen it all year, and unfortunate that it happened tonight.
You mentioned the play that Kevin made at third base. He seemed to have a hard time with that position last year. What have you seen be or 2 years ago, sorry. Yeah. What have you seen be the difference for him going in there now?
I mean, not much. I mean, it was a really small sample size. I think that, just being over there more regularly, being healthy and having a little bit more confidence over there. I mean, he's done it a lot. He's played over there a lot, going back to his days in the minors, and he's a baseball player. I think just kind of seizing the opportunity that's been put in front of him. He makes plays like that. So I think just having a little bit more confidence, and he's playing well right now.
John, you mentioned the play that Kevin just made. There were a number of really nice defensive plays. At the same time, there were some things that maybe weren't as crisp. You think about the balk, the wild pitch. Just how do you kind of contrast the two things kind of coming in the game where, like there are parts of the game that were crisp, and then some elements that weren't?
I mean, that's baseball. I think we've obviously played a really, really good defense the entire year. You look at Varsh's catch down the line when we're down, and George's effort down the right field line when we're down, and double plays that we turned today with Bassitt covering first. It's an outlier thing, really. You can't really point the finger at our defense. We've been so good all year, especially lately. Tonight was just a tough night.
And what was your read of Louis Send on KK? I know it's your fastest runner. There's a left fielder with a reasonably strong arm. He's pretty deep. Just what was your kind of sense on that play in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, KK is one of the best base runners in baseball, and I think when you're coaching third, you trust that. So I haven't really looked at it closely, but I think when Kevin Kiermaier's on the bases, you trust him to make some things happen.
Any further update on Brandon Belt?
Yeah, it's lower back spasms, muscle spasms, kind of crept back into him. So we'll check him out tonight and tomorrow, see how he is.
Just a game like this where it kind of gets out of hand late, is that sort of easier to flush than had it gone down to the wire? Or how do you move on from this one quickly?
You do. I mean, you take it one game at a time. Like I said before the game, it's a big series, yeah, sure, but we're playing really well. I love the way that the guys are going about it, and today's one game. It doesn't matter if you lose by 6 or if you lose by 1. We've been doing some really, really good things, and you move on tomorrow, and you take tomorrow for what it is, and you keep moving on to Wednesday. So it's not any easier, but I think you just take it for what it is, and you come ready to go tomorrow.
John, just going back to Brandon, was he in the cage in between innings, just taking some swings, and did the back lock up, or had he not been feeling that great coming into the ball game to begin with?
No, he felt good, ready to go. Obviously, starting, if he wasn't feeling great, we wouldn't have started him. So I think it kind of just locked up on him as the game went on. He does a good job of keeping himself moving, when he's DHing. So kind of just bad timing.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.